Visual interpreters, Meta Ray-Ban glasses, Access AI, HIPAA, PCI compliant, Aira ASL, Access partners, airports, Starbucks, Target, Walmart. Did you say Walmart?
Yeah.
Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson. Today in the studio, we have from Aira, Director of Customer Satisfaction and Engagement, Janine Sanley. Janine, welcome to Blind Abilities.
Thanks, Jeff. Great to be here.
Well, the stars are aligned because you have so many announcements. Why don't you just start it out, Janine?
So many. But probably the biggest one, and it's hard to judge a biggest one, but this one spawned a couple other things. But we are now in a public beta with the Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses. So if you happen to own a pair of the Meta Ray-Bans or are thinking about purchasing a pair, you can now use Aira with them via WhatsApp. So you would need a WhatsApp account, and you can connect with an Aira visual interpreter via the Meta smart glasses. And the way that you're going to do this, and where the stars aligned for us, was through the Customize Your Call button. And you can also invoke it through a regular call. You can just tell your visual interpreter that you want to use your Meta Ray-Bans. But what you'll do with the Customize Your Call button, you'll see the first choice is Meta, and below that is a choice for navigation. Well, we had to set this menu up for Meta, but as we were doing it, we realized, hey, you know what? This can be a great way to set up our call intent feature and to customize your call. So we put navigation in there. Well, as we were doing that, our great learning and development team was working on a way for new visual interpreters to get comfortable with navigation. And visual interpreting is hard. I'm not going to mince words here. It is a hard job. You know, you have a lot of skills firing. And when you are first on that job, navigation is probably one of the more intense things that our interpreters do. So we wanted to make sure that our interpreters were comfortable, first of all, on Dash, giving instructions to people. So we said, okay, let's have you wait a couple weeks. You can be on Dash and not do navigation calls. You can hand those off because now we have call transfer, so they can transfer you to a navigation certified visual interpreter. And these folks have taken, the refresher class in navigation because they all had navigation at one point during their visual interpreting training, but they can take that refresher course, they can be certified, and now you're going to be confident that you get someone who really knows how to navigate you through situations, airports, malls, just general street travel, anything where you need help getting around. And as those new visual interpreters are trained, then they get added to that pool.
Well, let's go back a second. So when you say on Dash, is that the dashboard?
Yep, that is for dashboard, and that is basically their control center where they get all of the information about your call. They can pull up all of their visual interpreter ninja tools and GPS and everything like that.
Oh, I got it. So on Dash means dashboard, and that's a powerful tool. That's a game changer.
Absolutely, yes. And we think this is making for a much more confident visual interpreter once they have their navigation certification and they've been on that dashboard taking calls for, a couple weeks before they're thrown into navigation.
So because the visual interpreter is using a dashboard, then they have the GPS so they can track. Like if I'm out looking for a restaurant, I'm out and about, and I'm looking for restaurant A, B, or C, they could see where I'm at, see where they are, and give me directions, boom, just like that.
Yep, absolutely. And if you happen to call in and the interpreter is not yet certified for navigation, they'll tell you that, and they'll do the call transfer and get you over to someone who is.
Oh, I like that.
And navigation is everything from, walking around on the streets, going to stores, going to different buildings and venues, medical buildings. It's basically getting around and them explaining to you how to get someplace and going with you and helping you avoid obstacles, all of those things.
Well, Janine, a lot of the listeners do use that service when they visit the Blind Abilities Crystal Towers.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
Okay, Janine, what else is coming down the pipeline?
There are some other options under that customize your call feature that are going to be coming soon. One of them you'll see in there is Microsoft Quick Assist. So if you are on a Windows computer and you need to use Quick Assist, you can check that box. And that way, all of our visual interpreters who use Macs will know, okay, I can't do that call. Let me move on. And they can select the call appropriately.
Oh, really?
Yep. That one, we're probably going to change that. And we're going to change things on that menu depending on what our learning and development team comes up with and also what you all want on it. So if you have a thing that you really look, I need somebody with computer skills, with technical skills. Is this a technical call where I need somebody to help me with Windows or help me with Mac or help me with some
Makeup.
computer-based thing? Yeah. Or makeup or somebody mentioned
Not for me.
music. Yeah. Well, your makeup looks great usually. So he's doing that kiss look for Halloween this year, right?
Yeah, there you go. I'm great for audio.
Yeah. We're looking for things, music, although that's pretty specialized, but that may be on there. You never know. If enough of you say, hey, I need somebody who can read music. And so that's the customize your call feature. That button is just a one finger swipe right of the call Aira button in the middle of your screen.
That makes so much sense. Like if you're at a mall and you go into a certain store, a music store, or you go into a clothing store, or you go into a technology store, it's like you're bringing Aira with you with specialty certifications or someone that is prepared for that type of engagement.
Oh, yeah. You're shopping online, you're anything like that, and you need somebody with some expertise in a certain thing. And that could go as far as I need somebody who knows the Microsoft Office suite or the Google Business Suite of products. I need somebody who's familiar with those. And, that's coming. It's coming.
Well, that's great. I'm sure a lot of listeners are going to be looking forward to that. Now, jumping back to the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, being able to connect up with Aira.
Yeah.
Those are affordable somewhere between $290, $300, $400, depending on what version, variety that you like or size.
Yeah, absolutely. And the price range is pretty amazingly affordable comparatively if you're looking at smart glasses or assistive devices. Now, everybody knows these glasses were not designed for blind and low vision people, but they're getting increasingly more features for blind and low vision people. I know in one of the latest updates, they came out with a QR code reader. You can just ask it to read a QR code and take you to that website. The audio for the glasses, even if you never use the Meta AI feature, the audio was amazing. These are great, just audio headphones for listening to music, for making phone calls, things like that. They're pretty amazing. So I think a lot of people are adopting them. Plus, they look really cool. And how many times can we say that about an adaptive product? Not too many.
Plus the voiceover from your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the screen reader comes right through and it's like seamless.
Yep. I love them for like navigation apps like Soundscape or Voice Vista or apps like that where they do the positional audio. They're great for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So when you turn your head.
Yep. And you get the street coming up on your left in your left ear and information about the intersection. So all of that is available through those glasses. And
hands free.
Yep, hands free, which is, I forgot how great that is until I recently used them in a hotel and an airport and just walking around. In fact, I was in Minneapolis actually when I did it. And it was great just to, walk around. I've got that hand free for my coffee, of course, and the other hand with the dog, and away we go.
Well, I like them. Like if I'm going to give a demonstration for woodworking or something, I don't have three hands. I have to operate a machine, hold a piece of wood or something like that, and I can just focus on it or point my nose at the area that I want to video or take a picture of. And and it's awesome. I forgot like you said, what hands-free really meant. And it's just, wow. It's back.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a much more natural view, too. Now, a couple things to know about these glasses. Your visual interpreter is not able to take photos for you, and you actually can't take any photos with the glasses while you're wearing them. So if you're on a call with an Aira visual interpreter, now, if you're just wearing the glasses, you can take pictures and videos to your heart's content. But if you've got one of us on a WhatsApp call, we can't help you with photos. The other thing, and we are working on a solution to this, is GPS. So the visual interpreters, of course, when you're in the Aira Explorer app, they can see your GPS position. If you have location services turned on, I always have to preface that. But if you have that turned on, which most of us do, they can see your location. Well, once they go over to WhatsApp, they can't. And so we are working on a way for them to be able to get that GPS information and be able to use that when helping you navigate, because we know that that's an issue. We remember it from the Envision classes, which we still haven't got a solution to there, but we are working on one for Meta. So that should be coming out soon.
Always innovating.
Yep, absolutely. Our engineers are just working away.
A feature that I thought we'd start out with, because I'm really excited about, is the Access AI, where you can take a picture, you can ask questions about the picture, multiple pictures, everything like that, right there in the app. That I got that on my home screen on my phone because it's my go-to.
And you've done some really cool pictures and descriptions on social media that I've seen.
The thing is, I was out in the garage and did these butterfly houses, and they're really different this time. There's so many different, and I wanted to describe them, so I popped up Access AI, and I gave the prompts and stuff like that, and it came back. It was so good that I wanted to share it, so I put it out there on social media.
Access AI chat. Certainly. Here is a detailed description of the butterfly houses and the entire photo. The photo shows a collection of butterfly houses arranged on a wooden workbench in a workshop. The butterfly houses are made of natural cedar wood and have been stained with a red color called red barn stain on the roofs and some trim. The houses come in 3 different sizes, which you refer to as 1-tier, 2-tier, and 3-tier. 1-tier butterfly houses, star. These are the smallest of the 3 sizes. They have a single section with 1 roof. The roofs are stained with the red barn stain. The front of each house has vertical slits for butterfly entry. The size is compact and suitable for smaller spaces. 2-tier butterfly houses, star. These are medium-sized. They have 2 sections stacked vertically, with 2 roofs. Both roofs are stained with the red barn stain. The front of each house has vertical slits in both sections for butterfly entry. These houses are taller than the 1-tier houses and provide more space for butterflies. 3-tier butterfly houses, star. These are the largest of the 3 sizes. They have 3 sections stacked vertically, with 3 roofs. All 3 roofs are stained with the red barn stain. The front of each house has vertical slits in all 3 sections for butterfly entry. These houses are the tallest and offer the most space for butterflies. Star overall photo description, star. The butterfly houses are neatly arranged on a large wooden workbench in a workshop. The workshop has wooden walls and various tools and equipment visible in the background, including a delta drill press. The houses are placed in rows, with the smaller 1-tier houses in the front, the 2-tier houses in the middle, and the 3-tier houses in the back. The natural cedar wood contrasts nicely with the red-stained roofs, creating an attractive and organized display of the butterfly houses. The workbench has a natural wood finish, complementing the cedar wood of the houses. The overall scene suggests a well-organized and productive woodworking space, marked as helpful.
And what a great response. I mean, I even got a notice that says, this post is doing better than your other stuff, Jeff.
Yeah, well, it made me say, I want to do woodworking. That looks so cool. Yeah, I love Access AI, and I love the fact, number one, that it's free, but number two, if I take a picture of something, like AI is notoriously incorrect about things like control panels. For some reason, it tends to have problems with controls and knobs and buttons and things like that. And it will get 90% of it, but then it will get something wrong. And sometimes that can be, wildly wrong. But you have the ability to verify with a visual interpreter. Now, this is all done basically within 2 minutes. So the interpreter will take a look at your screen, take a look at your prompt, and take a look at the photo and what Access AI thought. They will say either, yes, this is correct, or no, this is not correct, and here's what's not correct about it. And that is all free, done in the background. You can go off and do something else. You'll get a notification when the verification is done, and then voila, you can go in there and take a look and say, okay, maybe I need to take another picture, or now I know what is incorrect about this. And the whole time, the AI is learning. So as our visual interpreters put that info in there, it's learning from that info. Oh, I got this wrong. Okay, then I have to do it this way. And then there's a button in the upper right corner where you can always contact a live Aira visual interpreter. That's your minute clock starts, but you can contact somebody live if you need more detail, and they're going to see your entire screen of interactions with Access AI. Yeah,
I've noticed Access AI is getting smarter and smarter because it got moved off my other screen to the home page because I get such good responses from it. But it's also about the way you prompt it. So
Yes.
it's a learning thing on my part and on Access AI part, and you guys are doing a really good job too. I really like that. That's my go-to, what do you call it, GPT type of thing, where
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
get some good write-ups, good sounding descriptions, because I'll put them in my alt text when I put a photo on there. It just
Oh,
it
yeah.
just knocks it down. You can even say, in 30 words or something like that. You can get it
Yep.
really concise. So it's a good thing. The other thing about Access AI is if you take a picture, you want more details in it. So you can like ask the question like, is this a good picture for blah, blah, blah? Or is this a picture of the barn or something like that?
Hmm.
Sometimes you just get the picture and you get a big fluffy answer, and then you have to go through again and again. But you can start out that way and just
Oh,
say,
yeah.
I want to know this about that.
Yep, absolutely. And you can adjust some of those settings. Now we've moved the preferences into the Access AI feature. So down at the bottom, you can go in and adjust things like how much description you want, whether you want it to be technical or
Really?
casual. Yeah, yeah, those are fun parameters. We also have chat history. So if you think, wait a minute, I think I already accessed that. I already did that once. Where is it? You can go back in your chat history and the photos are still there. The descriptions are still there. You can look things up. So if you want to take a picture of something and save it, you can absolutely do that. It'll be there. And you can delete that chat history too.
Well, you guys made it so accessible. Just boom, boom. I haven't had to
Yep.
dig in.
There is so much, Jeff, that, I could spend a whole show just talking about Access AI.
But there's so much more. I heard something from, geez, I almost said Hunter Joyce.
Wow. Taking us back away.
Vespero.
Yeah, we have a partnership with Vespera that you'll be seeing over the next few months or so, that it will come out with their Picture Smart feature, which allows you to recognize images online using AI. We are going to add to that our verification that I just talked about with Access AI. So there'll be a button to verify that with an actual visual interpreter from Aira. And that's not all. To help with the problem of inaccessible websites and the issues around that, when our visual interpreters assist you and they encounter an inaccessible website with a control that, only they can get to because you have to click on it with a mouse, or your screen reader is just not seeing it and they're able to click on it for you, they're going to report that website back to Vespero, who will then send it to TPGI, which is their affiliate, their associate that deals with accessibility in websites. And they'll reach out to the company to say, hey, we know you probably didn't realize that this type of code is causing this accessibility problem. So we're kind of the rangers out there looking for the errant websites and just helping them become more accessible.
Well, that's great for those companies to find out what they don't know.
Exactly. And oftentimes it's an easy fix.
And all this happens right inside Ira Explorer.
Yes and no. For the Vespero things, that's going to happen within JAWS, but all of the other fun stuff
really?
happens within, yeah. And you can actually use Access AI on our desktop web app as well. So that one has saved me so much. I go through my photo library on my Mac. And I go to File Explorer and I go out there and I go through my photos that are image 10,480.jpg, and then I can actually give the photo a title and have some information about it that I can, craft that title so I actually know what it is. And I can find the photos that I want. So that works really well too. And you can do combinations of photos like, oh gosh, I took 5 photos out the airplane window because I wanted to see leaving San Francisco a couple weeks ago. Tell me which one of these has the best composition, and then I'm going to throw the others away. I'm just going to delete them. And Access AI was able to do that.
Oh, wow. So you can do multiple photos.
Yep, multiple photos. And that was a feature that a lot of people asked for in the beginning. Can I do multiple photos and compare them? Because a lot of us have 5 or 6 shots, or if you accidentally do a burst photo and you have maybe 10 images of the same thing and you want to just weed it down and say, just give me the best one. Tell me which one has the best composition, which is the prompt I find helps most with that. And it will tell you, it will give you features of each of the photos and then tell you which one it thinks has the best composition.
people are going to jump right over to that tender website.
Yes,
Give me
there
the
you
best
go.
one.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's also a new Access partner. Why don't you tell us about Access partners?
Ooh, access partners. Well, those are like the lifeblood of Aira. And of course, our new access partner starting November 1st is, drumroll please, the one that people have asked for the most over the years, Walmart.
Wow.
I'll just let that mic drop there. We are so excited to bring on board one of the most requested services and access partners ever in the history of Aira, I think. Walmart will be doing a pilot program. It will take place in the following states: Texas, Florida, and California. And we are hoping that all of you in those states will go out to Walmart and make use of this particular offer. It is good for the Walmart stores and the Walmart superstores, not Walmart.com or stores in any other locations just yet. And also, if you happen to go to one of the Walmart stores, please feel free to take a photo, have your visual interpreter take a photo of you at the store, tag us on social media, etc. We would love to know how your experience goes. So enjoy your Walmart shopping for the holidays, everyone, in California, Texas, and Florida. But yeah, this is Walmart. We're excited about that. We'll have another bank coming on board soon. Can't give you the name, but it's a very nationwide bank, as well as Bank of America, which is our first nationwide banking partner. So more banks coming on board. In the UK, for any of your listeners in the UK, GTR Railway is now, all of their stations are Aira Access locations, which is awesome because that means we can push that for the other rail networks in the UK.
When you're talking banks, you're talking privacy too.
Yes.
And Aira's compliant. Can you explain that?
Absolutely. We have HIPAA compliance now. So for anybody who's using Aira at work, this is really vital. Many jobs require HIPAA compliance, and we are now HIPAA compliant. We are also PCI compliant, which is a certification for the banking industry and financial industry. And so we have those two certifications. So if you're wanting to use Aira at work as a reasonable accommodation and your IT people might be saying, we don't know about this, we are happy to talk to them and show them all of our compliance documents.
That's huge because the average Joe or Jill out there, Jack or Jill, I should say, the average person out there, you don't want to be sharing personal data or a company's personal data to just anybody. Yeah. So that's really important, especially for me. I really like that.
And there are a lot of jobs, particularly in government, federal, state, local, where you have to be HIPAA compliant. You have to have certain protections on your data in order to be able to use different products. And so the VA is probably the biggest example of that in the federal government, but there are many states where if the product is not HIPAA compliant, then you're not able to use it no matter what it is. So,
I was just talking to an expert on disability resources field, and they were telling me that Aira is available at the University of Minnesota. Right here.
Yeah, absolutely. As well as the Minneapolis Transit System and I believe Nicollet Mall in Minneapolis. And there are probably a lot more, but also, of course, nationwide, we've got Target, we've got Starbucks, we've got just a number of access partners. And if you want to find out what access partners are near me, you can go into the button on the home screen that says Browse Access Offers. And that's going to show you locations. It'll pop up the ones that are closest to you, which is about 500 Starbucks usually, Starbucks everywhere. Then there is another button there where you can look at products and services. So you can see the Walmart.com offer in there. Once it's active, you can also search for offers. So I'm going to San Francisco. I can look up the San Francisco airport, which is not an access partner yet. However, the Oakland San Francisco Bay Airport has just become an access partner. And I think more airports are going to come online soon. We're still hoping for the GEM Atlanta, but I think we're going to get there because of a new app that we have just put out.
ASL.
Yes, Aira ASL. And this is to deaf and hard of hearing people what Aira Explorer is to the blind and low vision community. So imagine you're deaf or hard of hearing, you're in an airport, you need to talk to the gate agent, you need to talk to the ticket agent, you get stopped by somebody at TSA, and you really have very little options in the way of communicating with that person if you use American Sign Language. Well, Aira ASL allows you now to pull up our app. You can connect with a sign language interpreter. You can then have that person on your screen giving sign language interpretation and speaking to the person that you're dealing with. So you've got that instant connection. And we are not hiring the interpreters. We contract those out to a deaf-owned company that provides visual interpreters. So we're just providing the technology. But what we're finding is that as we approach potential access partners, they love it. They can get both sign language and visual interpreting in one app, one package, one company, actually. And that makes it so much more available and enticing for them to get that contract. So look for more and more places as things open up with the addition of Aira ASL. And that's available on the Apple App Store and on Google Play. So for both devices.
And now there's another way that you can, if you're signed out, you can sign in.
Yeah. How many times have you maybe gotten signed out of the app when we do a big update or we do something where you have to sign everybody out? You sign back in, or you've got the app on two devices and you want to sign in on your second device and you've got to put in your phone number or your email and get the code and copy the code and all of that. Now you can sign in with either your Apple ID or your Google ID, and that's it. You're in. And so that's the social sign-on. That is in the app right now. So you can take advantage of that now for signing in.
When you're talking about access points and stuff being free, there's another program that you guys started that people can get 10 minutes free.
Oh, yeah. 10 minutes every 30 minutes. So this is Build AI. If you've called in recently, you will have heard your visual interpreter telling you about Build AI. And this is our program. We're paired with a third-party GPT company and I wish not to be identified at this point, but I think you'll hear more about this as we build out the model. But what we're doing is, in exchange for those 10 free minutes, you have the option to opt in and share your data. So it's your data. You can choose to share it per call or not. And you can choose to opt in to Build AI.
That's really important because you get to choose.
Yes. We didn't want to just automatically have everybody in there and then make you have to opt out if you wanted out. We said, no, let's have people make the choice to come in and then be able to make the choice per call. So if you're in the Build AI program and you make a call and you say, wait a minute, I forgot. I had some personal information in there. First of all, personal information will never be shared. We're not going to share anything that's got your name on it, your address, any of your financial or healthcare information. That's not going to be shared. No. But let's say you had something with maybe your child in it or your grandchild, and you don't want their photo shared or their visual information shared. You can check the box at the bottom of the feedback form and just say, no, I don't want to share that with Build AI. You still get your free 10 minutes, no problem, but that information won't be shared. So you're really in control of what data you're going to allow us to use. And our whole purpose for this is to build an AI that actually takes into account the ways that our visual interpreters do things, like how we give directions to left, right, up, down, whatever, how we describe things from the big picture down to the small, other things like that. We're teaching the AI how, and a lot of it is based on movement. You know, how does someone explain this? And I think it's all, in the end, probably going to live video description in the end. I don't know. That's just Janine's look at the future of where this is all going. But I think the holy grail is live AI video description. So, we'll see.
Well, that makes perfectly good sense to build an AI model that is specific to blind and low vision people.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Well, that's great. I think this is awesome that all these, the innovation going on at Aira right now, it just keeps on coming and coming and coming. And I just wow, this is great. I mean, I moved you to the front page of my phone, so I'm using it. It's my go-to Access AI. I love what you've done there. I love what is coming, and you must be pretty busy there, Janine.
We are busy beyond belief, which is great because the busier we are, the better the app is for everybody who uses it. So, and if you have comments, suggestions, things that you love, things that you don't love, things that you wish we would fix or that aren't going well for you, again, it's support@aira.io. We read all of those messages that come in, believe me, especially the ones that talk about the app itself and its operation. And we direct those right over to our engineering team, and they are able to get right on issues.
I love your expansion, to the deaf hard of hearing with Aira's ASL. The deaf-blind can use the Braille on the Aira Explorer app.
Yep. Anybody who wants to use a Braille display, but particularly people who are deafblind, can use their Braille display. And if something is not working right in the app using your Braille display, please let us know, because we do have some of our beta testers who do have Braille displays, but we're always looking for people who access the app that way.
Well, Janine, thank you so much for what you all are doing at Aira, the whole entire team. It's always great to hear new news coming out, and you just had a slew of them coming here, and glad you came on to tell our listeners about all the great stuff coming out of Aira.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff, for having us.
Aira, visual interpreters, Meta Ray-Ban glasses, Access AI, HIPAA, PCI compliant, Aira ASL, Access partners, airports, Starbucks, Target, Walmart. For more podcasts with the blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, and download the free Blind Abilities app from the App Store and Google Play Store. That's 2 words, Blind Abilities. If you want to leave some feedback, give us some suggestions, give us a call at 612-367-6093. We'd love to hear from you. I want to thank you for listening, and until next time, bye-bye.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap
between the limited expectations and the realities
of blind abilities.
And the realities of blind abilities.